Hey guys, welcome to January Empties. Sorry, I'm a little late. Some of these things I may have already talked about. I can't remember. But because I know sometimes I'll include in these videos, I'll say, well, by the time the next week rolls around, I'll be finished with this, and then I forget to throw it away because I'm like, oh, I need to put this in an empties. So anyway, if some of this is repetitive, I'm sorry. Now, first thing is this Stila little glitter and glow liquid eyeshadow. This one was in Smoldering Satin, and it's kaput. And next up is this palette. I have talked about this palette, and I am definitely throwing it away. I can't. It's just not very blendable for me. They're beautiful colors, but I can't get it to work for me at all. I mean, so I need to stop holding on to this. So I'm going to put this in the trash. Not in this trash can because I don't want it to get everywhere. Now, I have a couple of masks. This one is a dermal pomegranate collagen essence mask. And these, I purchased a bunch of masks from Amazon for giveaways, friend mail, so forth and so on. But I wanted to try one for myself. And, y'all, I liked them. They're linked in my Amazon. I think it's titled YouTube Favorites, and you can get them right off of there. I think these are $24 for $12, I think. They're very inexpensive, but they work really good. I really, really, really like them. And you get an assortment of them. So, I tried it out, and I really liked it. Definite repurchase when I run out of masks. This next mask is the Snail Honey Jelly Mask. Anti-wrinkle, brightening, nourishing, and moisturizing. This came from Kim's Happy Place, and she and I did a Mask Monday collab using this mask. This mask is awesome. I mean awesome. It bubbles on your skin, fizzes. It's a great experience. I like it. It's very lightly scented, so you really do feel like you are at a spa. I even wrote on the back of it the information that I was like, loved this. So definitely pick you up some of these if you can. And this one was one that I tore the daggone tag off. So I don't know if this one came from Kim's Happy Place or Mary Catherine Loves Cats. But it's a ceramide caffeine essence mask sheet. I just did this mask, but daggone it, I tore off the top where I usually write it. But this one, and it still has that light smell. This one has a very, very, very faint caffeine smell. Coffee smell, not caffeine. I enjoyed this mask. I truly did. This mask stayed on my face. I wasn't constantly pulling it. So I really like these. And this is another one. Usually I keep masks that I truly like. I'll keep the packaging so I know the next time I'm somewhere to pick them up. This one was one from Kim's Happy Place, and this one has a memory attached to it, so I'm constantly opening this and sniffing it and going to a happy place. And it was, but anyway, enjoyed this. I'm putting this one over there too, not actually in the trash. And this one was a plainest a revitalizing facial mask, anti-wrinkle, brightening, and moisturizing with retinol. And this one did come from Mary Catherine Loves Cats. So, and I enjoyed this one. This one also has a very, very light spa scent. And I know that probably doesn't make a lot of sense, but imagine a smell when you were going into a spa. A very clean smell. That's what this is. So, definitely enjoyed that. I have a couple of more of those. Next up, I can't remember if I was finished with these, but these were from Jennifer's Beauty by Oxygen, and they're the Beauty Creation Skin Makeup Remover Wipes, Hydrating Watermelon. I enjoyed these. I truly did enjoy these makeup wipes. And now we're getting into some makeup. This Milk Makeup bronzer stick in the shade Baked. And, yeah, it smells like crayon. I mean, I can't even... And, y'all, when I tell you, this thing, I had barely used. It's still going up. I think that's, yeah. That's the end of it. But she turned bad on me, so if you ever want to know how much do you get in a Milk Makeup bronzer stick, that's how much. I mean, that's pushed all the way down. So, it was only used a few times. But, it smelled like crayons. And I don't remember it smelling like that when I first got it. So, away she goes. And then, I think I'd already talked about the Essence Camouflage Matte Concealer. I mean, you can see there's the doe foot at the very bottom. So, you know, I got a lot of concealers to go through. Most of them are at the end, but this is definitely one that I would repurchase. It's not a bad concealer at all. It goes on whipped almost, and yes, it says it's a matte concealer, but I didn't get the vibe from that. It was pretty hydrating on me. So, there's that. And then I have this one, and I think I did talk about this, but this is the Makeup Revolution Eye Bright Illuminating, and I got the shade Medium in this. But it's, if you can see inside that window, right there, it started to turn. So, it's going. That concealer was mainly if my concealer was too light and I needed to tone it down, I would use just a dot of that and kind of mix it. And this is the Makeup Revolution Fast Base Concealer, and I bought this to use as maybe a cream bronzer. And while it's pretty, there it is, it was just a little bit too old for me to use. I don't remember when I got it. And because it has a sponge tip, I'm just not... It's time to go. And this is another one I think I'd already talked about. This is the Jouer Coverage Concealer. Yeah, it is like completely dried almost. And that's, I mean, it covers. It covers. So that one's going away because it's empty. And let me get all this stuff out. That one, the bronzer. This foundation, it is time for it to go. This is my #1 foundation. I do have the replacement for it, but this one is expired and it doesn't smell. It smells like the other one, but I just need to get rid of it. It is really old, but I mean, it's my #1. But I'm getting rid of that. I'm getting rid of this, and this breaks my heart. This is the ColourPop, The Nightmare Before Christmas, the Jelly Much. And this was in the shade Beryl. And I don't know if you can, if it's picking quite up. There's my eyes. This shade is that. Maybe it'll show up. In that same vein, it's just so dried up. And it's not old at all. But maybe you can see, maybe if I put it on my eyes. No, it's not doing anything. It's completely out. But, which really, really ticked me off. Because these are not cheap. But I'm going to rinse the pot out and keep the little pot. Next up is my Wet n Wild Rebel Rose. And there is barely, it's that one, barely enough in here, but I do have a replacement for that because that's one of my favorite shades. This, again, this is one of those, I'll be finished with it shortly. This is a toner from Dr. Brandt. That antioxidant spray toner has green and white tea extract. I mean, it's got a pretty nice this thing spritzer on it. So it left me feeling pretty dry. So I mean, it's nothing like my it's nothing like that. I mean, this is GOAT status. Greatest of all time. So, I'm going to pour that out and save this bottle because I had a setting spray that broke. And I am pretty much out of my Urban Decay primer potion. And then, well, I'm squeezing from here and it's coming up, so maybe this isn't an empty. And this is a empty, declutter, whatever I'm not throwing it in the trash in case somebody else likes it and wants it. Just shoot me an email or leave me a comment or whatever. But And I have another shade. But this is the Essence My Skin Perfector Tinted Primer. Instant Blur Effect Natural Matte Finish. And this is in 20 Nude Beige. And, y'all, I'm going to use this hand. And it has a squeeze tube, so I'm not, contaminating it. I don't know if you saw how it comes out. It reminded me at first impression of the Benefit Professional, but it's very dry feeling. And I just squirted a little bit. It feels good on its own. And my thing for getting it was, maybe I can wear this on its own, kind of as a tinted moisturizer type of thing, because it said it was a tinted primer. And it applies smooth, but in a few minutes it starts to peel up, and trying to put anything over it was a disaster. It broke me out. I was like, nope. I waited. That was the first time. I waited and waited, tried it again, the different color, and it did the same thing. So this does not work on my face. My hand doesn't seem to be peeling up at all, and I've been sitting here, rubbing it, and it's not peeled up. Not even, and it still feels soft. So it may just be my facial skin. I just may be too dry for it. But anyway, that is it for this month's empties. Thank you for watching. Please click that like button. Ring the bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. Please consider subscribing. Be beautiful. Be blessed. Bye-bye.